All right, let's dive straight into this explainer. Today, we are mapping out exactly what you need to eat, literally from dawn to dusk, to accelerate your muscle growth and totally optimize your gut health. Listen, if you feel like you're eating right but your body just isn't responding the way you want it to, you are absolutely in the right place. We're skipping the generic advice today and breaking down a highly specific hour-by-hour blueprint to get your digestive system and your muscles working in perfect harmony.
So here is our daily blueprint. We'll start with morning fuel and digestion, then move into optimizing your lunch window, hit the pre-workout power meal, dive into the liver health connection, and finally wrap up with nighttime for muscle repair. Now, the real secret sauce to this entire schedule, it's the strict time stamping. Hitting these very specific windows, from your 7 a.m. breakfast right through to your 8 p.m. dinner cutoff, is how your body truly benefits. We aren't just talking about what to eat, but when to eat it. Timing is literally everything if you want to get your body operating at its absolute peak.
Okay, Section 1, Morning Fuel and Digestion, Waking Up Your System. Let's start the clock at dawn and look at the very first thing you need to do upon waking up.
So before you even think about reaching for your toothbrush, you want to follow this exact sequence. Step 1. Eat a garlic clove soaked in honey. I know, your morning breath might take a bit of a hit, but this acts as an incredible natural prebiotic. Then, Step 2. Wash it down with a glass of lukewarm water to really kickstart your digestion. Only then do you move to Step 3 and freshen up. This simple routine basically bulletproofs your stomach for the rest of the day.
All right, by 7 to 8 a.m., it is time for breakfast. Your absolute core essentials here are 1 banana and about 100 grams of sprouts, or sprouted chickpeas. This combination, it acts as a powerful catalyst for both gut health and muscle growth. Now, you can absolutely throw in some optional add-ins like green tea, maybe some toast, or light savory food, but those core essentials, they're totally non-negotiable for this blueprint.
Moving right along to Section 2. Optimizing your lunch window, fueling for the day. Let's see how we build momentum into your midday meal, which needs to happen between 12 and 1 p.m. at the very latest.
For lunch, you really want to rely on solid, home-cooked meals, but be super intentional about bumping up your portions. Increase your carbs with some extra rice or roti, and make sure you get that essential protein hit by loading up on dal. The goal here isn't to overcomplicate things. It's simply to fuel up slightly more than you usually would.
But listen, here is your secret weapon: lightly boiled cabbage salad. Just toss some thin cabbage slices in boiling water, add a little tomato and onion, and eat it right alongside your lunch. Why? Well, because it delivers this massive dose of fiber and good bacteria that your stomach desperately needs to break down all those heavier carbs and proteins you just ate.
Which brings us to Section 3, the pre-workout power meal, priming for the pump. As we hit the late afternoon, right around 5 to 6 p.m., it's time to prep for your evening workout, which, by the way, is when the body actually responds best to exercise.
The protocol here is super strict. Eat at least 2 bananas, grab more if you're feeling hungry, and then wait exactly 30 minutes. Once that timer goes off, boom, hit your workout for at least a half hour. This exact sequence rapidly restocks your glycogen stores and totally primes your muscles to grow faster and bigger.
Next up, Section 4, the liver health connection, breaking through the plateau. Now we arrive at the most frustrating roadblock for hard gainers who follow all these rules but still don't see any gains.
You're hitting the timing perfectly, eating the bananas, the sprouts, the cabbage, and yet nothing. You might be throwing your hands up asking, why isn't my food showing on my body? Look, when your gains stall out like this, the underlying issue usually isn't the food itself. It's actually the organ responsible for processing it, an overworked, unhealthy liver.
Think about it like this. If your liver is struggling, it simply cannot process the fuel you're giving it. A damaged or toxin-filled liver essentially blocks all your progress. That is exactly where traditional remedies and targeted supplements like Fatika's Fit Liver come into play. You literally have to fix the engine before the premium fuel can actually do its job.
So these traditional herbs, milk thistle, kutki, pumi amla, and parnarnava, they act as powerful antioxidants to restore those damaged cells and flush out the accumulated toxins. But let's be real for a second. Trying to gather and prep these raw herbs every single day? That's incredibly tedious. That's why incorporating a dedicated supplement that just combines them all is so highly recommended to detoxify and repair your liver from the inside out.
Now, it's vital to know this isn't some overnight magic trick. You can't just take a liver supplement for 2 days and expect a miracle. It requires a consistent routine for 3 solid months. But if you commit to that window, the source material notes you will physically feel the difference. We're talking soaring energy, clearer skin, a surging appetite, and a body that finally utilizes the food you're feeding it. And finally, Section 5, Nighttime for muscle repair, closing the anabolic window. This brings us to the end of our daily blueprint, where your evening habits totally dictate your body's ability to recover.
Getting your protein-rich dinner finished early is absolutely crucial for settling your stomach and kickstarting that overnight muscle repair. We are aiming for a strict cutoff between 8 and 10 p.m. You fueled up all day, hit your evening workout, had your dinner, now you just need to shut the kitchen down.
Closing your eating window early prevents your body from completely wasting its energy. If you're eating a massive meal right before bed, your body basically spends the whole night working the graveyard shift just to digest it. That is a huge waste of energy. At night, your body's sole job shouldn't be digestion. It should be taking the nutrients from the day and actively resting, repairing, and building muscle while you sleep. So, as you look at your own schedule today, ask yourself, are your daily habits actually fueling muscle repair? Or are you just forcing your digestive system to work overtime? Think about that entire timeline, from the honey-soaked garlic at dawn to the strict 8 p.m. dinner cutoff. What is the one single habit you can change tomorrow morning to finally get out of your own way and let your body do what it is built to do?